Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready? 18, Gator. 50 to my, hey, Foxtrot. Speed grip.
On first down, Herbert. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22.
Safe. Check.
5.
Bang. Watch out.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. The first carry now. This is Johnson. A nice opening right away as he'll maneuver his way up to the 32-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is taken at his 4. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Gone. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Goff now looking to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. To Johnson again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Bengals 7.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
Let's go, D.
Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36.
Gain of 17 yards. That's another Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Hey, echo.
Check 24.
From the gun to give to Mixon. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 4. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On the set.
56 is the mic.
Here we go. Kill.
Hey, turn it up. Slam.
Look at me. Zipper. Hustle.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because in the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Rashard Higgins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Detroit.
What? 20.
Watch the curl.
From the 50, it's gone. Complete to Jones. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people are wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 36.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get him. You got him. 50 seconds.
Here's Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Goff. He'll get this one to Galladay. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side on the swing pass. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Mike 57, Mike 57. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Let's make these babies cry.
They'll run it with Johnson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
DC. Hey, Haywood.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Mason Schreck, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Ready?
56. Mike 56. All day. All day.
Hey, wahoo!
56.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Herbert going deep downfield for Rob. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it when the other direction had some blocking and picked up a touchdown.
This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. The final shot before break here. Gone. He's going to look deep for more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Play action. It's gone. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So the big play gets them across midfield now for first and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
Going deep downfield for Ron. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Lions take over at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He's going to look deep for more. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. First by him near the 35. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. On second down, here's Mixon. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches.
60 Pittsburgh. Swing on the ball.
Out, 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 out. SOS.
Go.
Again, it's Mixon. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
60 out now.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
We go. 15 line. 15 line.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Orbit.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's third down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
I got you, boy.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the first as he can only make it to the 11. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
You got 3. Go nowhere, 22. Go nowhere. Man left, man left.
Hey, Delta.
They are going for it. Goff. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Now a first down throw. Gone. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. To throw is gone. And he's got his target. That's more. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
First down, Detroit.
Hey, Zoo.
Goff on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And an alley to run. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Let's put that team on the bus.
From the gun, Herbert. Able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive team.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And it really came together with a good week of practice.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by John Johnson. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
I know you felt that one.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Back to throw. Ross. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Rolling to his right. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore.
Like 20. Ric Flair. Chester.
Now Goff on 1st down. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. On 1st and 10, Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, Goff. He's going to let it fly. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Goff throwing again. James has got it. Complete.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first win of the season here in Week 4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.